Hey everybody, so this is all about how to make $100 profit per day selling super popular gifts on your own online store. But first things first, can you hear me and can you see my screen? Give me a one in the chat box if you can, please. This is live. We're live, definitely live. Everybody there, good, good. Got some ones. And then I always do this, where you're located. Let me know where you are on the globe. I'm in London, Ontario, Canada, about 2 hours from Detroit, Michigan, 2 hours from Toronto, kind of right in the middle. And it is a cool fall day today. So let me know. So we got a lot of familiar faces on here. That's awesome. Oh, and some new ones too. Cool. All right, so we got near Liverpool, UK. It's weird. I was watching that show, Welcome to Wrexham. It's from like Wales, and Ryan Reynolds and Rob McElhenney, whatever his name is. They bought that team. I don't know if that's near you. That just reminded me of it. Anyway, Cambridge, Portugal, Illinois, Chicago, Ireland. Right on. Sweet. Mexico. Whereabouts in Mexico? California, Texas, Florida. Oh, Florida. How you guys doing? I saw a lot of pictures there on the news. Crazy. I hope everybody's safe. All right. I got to dive in because I got a ton of ground to cover. So again, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it. I've got a lot of stuff to show you. So what are we going to cover today? Well, there are three things. And number one is what to sell. So there are three very hot products that I'm going to show you. And I'm going to give you breakdowns and examples and of the actual products and what they are and how they work. This is going to be really good for you. Just to give you an idea. Number two is how to sell them. So we do need more than just paid ads to do this. I mean, there are free traffic methods, there are paid traffic methods. What I like to do, especially with, we're entering the fourth quarter of, Christmas coming up around the corner. I do like to use paid ads quite a bit right now because I can really scale things. But all the free stuff does work too. So there's just one little difference between running paid ads like I usually do and what I'm doing now. So number three is how to ensure success. You can do this alone if you wanted to, but why would you? So who's this for? Basically the following people. Print on demand sellers, maybe use Gearbow, maybe use Shine On, maybe you're an Amazon seller. I know Amazon's being pushed hard right now, and it is great. It's got a lot of advantages, it's got a lot of disadvantages too. There's Etsy sellers, eBay sellers, Shopify store owners, anyone who wants to build a profitable brand. Positive people, people sick of inconsistent results. That's who this is for. Who it's not for, basically, negative people, finger pointers, quitters, bad attitudes, and all around unpleasant people. I'm getting way too old to deal with any of that, so I don't anymore. You're here, so I'm sure this is for you. So if you stay until the end, I do have something for you. But before we begin, I usually like to introduce myself, go through all the blah, blah, blah about me. This time I'm not going to do it. Basically, if you want to know more, just Google my name or my brand, PPC Coach, and you can find out a lot about me. So I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a father of 5 daughters, husband, and I'm working full-time online for myself since 2007. I'm also a seven-figure seller. So it's weird to say that, but I've sold over 1.5 million in print-on-demand products now. But enough about me. Like I said, most of you know me by now. Some of you don't. That's fine. Instead, let's talk about you. So is this you? The raring to go entrepreneur? You buy a course or a group coaching program or a boot camp or some program to help you, so you're just pumped and you're thinking this is it finally, and you devour the training for like the first couple of days, and then it gets to the action taking part, and that's when a lot of people start to lose interest, because really the action taking part, it's kind of boring. To be honest, there's a lot of repetitive tasks, a lot of do this over and over and over and over and over, and it's not sexy, it's not fun. It's just like robotic work, and that's where a lot of people start losing interest. And I think, they're like, well, maybe I'll just binge watch Breaking Bad again, or I actually watch Better Call Saul again. That whole series, holy crap, it's awesome. But you're committed, so you make one attempt at selling something and it flops, and then you don't log into the course or the group coaching or the boot camp or whatever you bought again. So does that hit close to home? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe you're an action taker who gives everything the good old college try. You've seen others succeed. You've been in those Facebook groups. You've seen those screenshots on Facebook from those guys with those ads. They're trying to sell you like $5,000 programs. You know it's possible, right? But it just doesn't seem to click for you. So now what do? Well, you start seeking out free training. So you'll go to YouTube and you'll think, okay, well, I got to figure this out. I'm going to go to YouTube. There's a lot of stuff on there. I mean, I got a YouTube channel too, and I'm going to give you a little secret. Every single video on YouTube is designed to give you the what, not the how. So the what is like what you can do. So for example, if you want to figure out Etsy, you can go on there and type in like how to profit on Etsy, and you'll get a whole bunch of YouTubers who made like maybe six figures on Etsy, and they'll start telling you what to sell, but they'll never show you how to do it. So it's very draining to try and figure it out with free stuff. So then you start seeing out paid training, and I mean most of that is from my former students, to be honest. But with paid training too, you'll get a lot of guys that did stuff like 4 years ago, 3 years ago, and they're still doing the same stuff, but it's just not working anymore. So that can frustrate you as well. So you continue to struggle, and you continue not making any money online, or you end up in just a vicious cycle where you're constantly buying, constantly failing, and you're thinking of giving up, but you don't. So the point is, you will not give up on your dream. Your dream is your goal, and your goal is what keeps you going. So goals are good, and we all have them. So what is yours? Type your goal in the chat box right now. Is it a monetary goal? I mean, you're on the $100 profit per day webinar right now, so I'm hoping that we get a lot of people that say, "Hey, my goal is $100 per day." Profit, not revenue, profit. So that's one distinction too. If you're going to run ads and make $100 profit per day, you're probably going to have to spend $200, $300 in ads to make like $400, and then you make $100 profit. That's kind of how it works. So let me know what yours is. What's your goal? So we've got consistent income. My goal is profit of at least $100 a day for sure. And I think too, what a lot of people do is going from 0 to 100 is probably the hardest part. Going from 100 to like 500 is actually easier because now you got systems in place, you got a lot of stuff going. So a lot of people are saying $100 profit per day. That's awesome. Good. You're in the right place then. So I'll give you mine, and I've given this out before, and I got questions later. But basically, I need $3 million in cash to invest at 5% in a corporate bond ladder that pays me $150,000 per year, $12,500 per month for the rest of my life without lifting a finger again, so I can focus on my kids and my wife daily. Now you might think, what the heck's corporate bond ladder? What are you talking about? Well, I can explain that after the webinar because that is like a 30-minute presentation in itself. But I used to be a financial advisor, and I actually had a guy who had a corporate bond ladder, and he actually showed me what it was. He was a client, and he's like teaching me because I was this young kid out of university. And I was like, ooh, I like that. I want that. So anyway, 150,000 a year, anybody can live on that. That's very easy. You don't need millions. That's the other thing too. When you get into this business, you think, oh, I need millions. I need these million screenshots and these $1 million seven-figure things. You don't. I mean, if you're making 100, 150, 100, 200,000, well, 200,000 a year, you're making more than like 95% of the population, 97% of the population. You can live very comfortably on that. So sometimes we set these over like unrealistic goals and we never hit them, and then we get depressed, and we don't want to do that. Anyway, I'm not quite there yet, which is I know why I still keep hustling, but I'm working on it. The point is, without that goal, I would struggle to keep going some days. Some days absolutely stink. So a campaign will flop for no reason. Maybe for me, a customer can't log in. I have to deal with software issues, refunds, customer service. I have competitors copying me left, right, and center in my coaching business and in my print on demand business. So I get hit from two sides of that. And I mean, Facebook can ban you. That is one of the most frustrating of all things that can happen to you as a print on demand marketer, but it probably will happen if it hasn't happened yet. It happened to me, but I keep going because I have a goal. So why tell you all this? Because you need something to keep you going too. Bad days are going to happen. Goals give you something to focus on. I know a lot of people say, what's your why? Well, to me, your why is your goal, and it's what keeps you going. So you can feel sorry for yourself and wallow in self-pity, or you can change anything you want in your life. Literally, you can change it, which is why you're here. Maybe you've tried and failed. That's why I put together the $100 profit per day bootcamp. More on that later. Let's get into the training now. Today, we're going to cover three things that will help you hit $100 profit per day. Let's dive in. I can't wait to show you this, especially these examples that I'm going to show you now. So number one, the first thing we're going to cover is what to sell. There are three super profitable products that I'm going to show you that work really, really, really well for Christmas. So the next season coming up, I mean, Halloween is end of October. You can still run Halloween stuff, but we're kind of coming up to the deadline. The print deadline and the shipping deadline is coming up pretty quick for Halloween. After that, there is Thanksgiving. And then after that, there is Christmas. I want you to focus on Christmas right now. So you have everything in place months ahead of when the buying frenzy starts, which is going to be, end of October, November. That's when it really kicks in high gear. Even December, people are still buying well into December. So this is the best time of the year for us. 80%, 70% of our revenue is going to come in the next basically in the fourth quarter. So let's see a few examples and how they're selling. Product number one, I'm going to give you 3 different product types, and then I'm going to give you 2 examples of each. So product number one is message cards. These things are pretty cool. It's just a box, piece of paper, and a nice necklace. And there's companies like Shine On has a beautiful box with an LED light in it. Gear Bubble has a nice box with an LED light in it too. They're kind of competing right now in this message card space. But here's an example. I pulled this one off of Etsy, but it's in the niches like to my daughter, and it says, you're my greatest gift. It's been a huge privilege to walk by you in this journey of your life so far, and I look forward to many more years of growth together. Remember, I'm always in your corner, always there for you, and I love you forever and always. I wish you to always have abundance of love in your life, to live boldly and always pursue your passions and dreams. Be you, nothing else is required. So this all falls into what I've been teaching for years, which is like the greeting card format. It's like to my blank, nice thing to say. And then I'll usually put like love mom, love dad, whatever on the bottom. But I did some research on this one, did some digging with my spy tools, and I found out it's priced at 66.01. That's Canadian. All these prices are Canadian because I'm in Canada. That's what I get. But what these guys are doing is they'll price something lower, and then they'll tack on a huge shipping cost to make up for the discount up front. So the actual price of this is 88.92 Canadian. This one sold approximately 613 units. Could have been more. That's 54,000 in revenue. It costs about $20 base cost on these, and this was on Etsy, so there's no ad costs. There will be fees from Etsy that I didn't put in here, but about 12,000. Profit is about 42,000 on this one. Okay, so keep these numbers on the actual profit in mind. They're huge, and this is just one. And you could easily make your own version of this. In fact, I make my own version of this stuff daily now, because even in my group coaching program that I'm running, I actually started a journal where I started up my own Etsy shop, and I'm documenting it day by day by day, and I show people, what it takes. But anyway, you could do this. It's not that difficult. For me, it's not difficult. Once you learn the system, it's not difficult, I should say. Here's another example. To my wife, very simple. It's a black card. I think this one is actually from, I want to say Gear Bubble, but it could be Shine On. So it says, to my wife, the most wonderful thing that I decided to do was sharing my life with you. Though many things have changed in the time we've been together, my love for you is still as strong as the day we said I do. And then your loving husband. So greeting card format, 100% to my wife. Nice thing, love your husband. So it was priced at 70.57 Canadian. They tacked on 23.51 in shipping, which is nuts. But this is on Etsy. So what the people are doing is they're trying to trick the algorithm into thinking that the product is actually priced a little bit lower than it actually is. And then they're tacking on a gigantic shipping cost. So for me, I'll typically offer free shipping. So my initial price upfront will be a little higher, but it's free shipping. So I think free shipping trumps this kind of hack that people are using a lot on Etsy right now. So that's about 94.08. This one sold 216. That's about 20,000. Costs about $20 for this one again. So there's 4,300 in base costs. So that's about 16,000 approximate profit on this. So I've showed one with like 42,000. I showed one with like 16,000. Those are message cards. You can do a lot more too. There's like to my wife, to my husband, to my son, to my daughter, to my stepdaughter, to my grandson, to my granddaughter, like anything really, to my sister, to my soulmate, to my best friend, to I don't know, to whoever you can think of. Like if you go to Walmart and walk down the card aisle, look at all the cards. There's your niches for message cards. So it's just awesome and super easy. And message cards are going to be a huge part of you getting to $100 profit per day in the fourth quarter now. All right. So product number 2, this is something that is really popular, like super duper popular. And I'm going to show you 2 examples, and I'm going to show you how you can do it too. So the first one is this. So it's like a wooden one, and they just cut it out and it says Emma in it, but you don't have to do a wooden one. Like it could be, you could do up a design, like a base template that just has the snowflakes in it, and then you can sub out like the name for every order you get. You just sub out the name, and you have it printed either on like a wooden one, or there's metal ones, or there's even like sublimation printing that they'll do on ornaments now from different suppliers. So this is entirely possible for you to do. So don't get hung up on, well, I can't do the wood cutout. No, you probably can't unless you have like one of those machines, which none of us do. But you can still do this with print on demand. So this is a personalized name ornament. This particular product line is just flying. Like it's awesome. It's a little bit more work to do the personalized, but I mean, we're we're here to work, right? We're here to work to make money. So this one was listed at $4.84, so that was $9.68 with shipping. So the shipping is actually double, almost double what they listed the thing at. So that brought up to like 14.52. This one, from what I could tell, sold about 3,833 units. So if the revenue is about 55,000, the base cost, I put it at like $5. It's probably more for this because it's actually a wooden cutout. But the ornaments that I've seen on the suppliers that I've seen are about $5. So that's 3,800. So that's 19,000 in base cost. So that leaves about 36,000, almost 36.5 in profit, which is fantastic. So I'll give you another example too of an ornament. This one, the Smith Family Christmas, and it's got stockings, and they put Mommy, Daddy, Isla, George, and then the date. This is something that you could do as well. And I mean, you would have to create the image every time, but once you have a template, like, man, Canva has just made this so easy for people like us to make these products and sell them. So you could create a listing that looks like this, and then all you do is you say, okay, how many socks you want? What do you want each sock to say? What date do you want on it? And then you can create this. They make the order. The order goes into draft mode on the supplier. You basically just edit the order to swap out the image, then you publish, or then you send the order through. It's done, and then the person gets it. There's a whole system to it, but it's not that complicated once you've done it once. So these guys actually were a little bit more honest. They priced that 12.53 plus 312 shipping, which was 15.65. I would even go a little bit more on these because of the customization and the work that you have to do. Like you do have to create an image for everyone, but it's just modifying a template. So that sold about 4,300, 67,000 in revenue. Base cost about $5 on these. That's 21,000 in base cost. So the profit on this simple little thing was about 46,000. So yeah, I don't. Somebody's saying, why is the shipping so high on that other ornament? It's basically because these are from Etsy. So the person is trying to trick Etsy into thinking they have a low price product. And then my issue with this is, as a buyer, if I saw it at 484 and then I went to buy it and they wanted 968 shipping, I'd be like, screw you guys. That's a ripoff. I'm not doing that. You guys are just gouging me on the shipping. So I hope Etsy does something about this where they get rid of this little hack, because it's really not making it a good experience for buyers, in my opinion. So I would rather see like free shipping across the board and just build the shipping costs into your price. That's a little bit better way to go. All right, so product number 3. So we cover like message cards, personalized ornaments, and then what I'm really focusing on is product number 3, which is Christmas shirts. And I know a lot of people are like, you can't sell shirts because the ad costs are too high and you can't make any money, so you can't sell t-shirts with like Facebook ads. True. That's why I don't do it that way. So here's one. I'll give you an example of why you can't ignore this market anymore. You can't. You just can't. This dumb design with like 5 little super simple Christmas tree, I don't know, graphic on it. Look at the numbers. So again, this is from Etsy. So they did the crazy shipping thing where they price it at like super low, attacking the shipping. 43.94 is the actual end cost to the buyer. So about 2,400 of these sold. 6-figure product right here, 107,000. The cost of that shirt's about $11 depending on the supplier. So that's 26,000. This dumb little simple design, $80,000. Like what? And we're all we're all thinking, oh man, the Christmas is coming, I better do up a bunch of message cards only. Well, yes, do those, but make sure you expand too. There's more to it than just one product line. Okay, so I've been having a lot of battles with people who are just stuck in using like one company with one product and that's it. And I'm like, man, if you do that, you're just rolling the dice every single day. You have to diversify. You have to go with multiple suppliers. You have to go with multiple product lines just in case. If something happens to any one of those companies, you're fine. Like if you rely 100% on Facebook ads and they ban you, what are you going to do? You're screwed, right? So don't do that. Just you have to diversify. This kind of thing is super simple to make. There's even companies out there that have pre-made designs that you can use with a print-on-demand license, and you don't have to change a thing if you don't want to. And they sell like crazy. This mock-up too is actually sold on Etsy. So you would get the mock-up, which is a blank, and then you just go to Canva, upload your design onto the mock-up, and now you got a cool looking mock-up. So super cool to do. Um, and that's there are some questions coming in. I'm gonna answer those as we go along about the time frame. Oh yeah, was this 4 months or was this 4 years? This was for the listing date. So I'm not sure how old this listing was. All right, here's the other one. This one is a lot more work, but there's a lot more reward too. So this is Christmas shirts for family, and these are custom. These are personalized, and you can see it's literally just a Santa hat. But what happens is when you do a listing that has multiple products on it, um, instead of selling one shirt, you sell like four. So they list this one, and man, they really went overboard with the price and then the shipping on this. But it's basically about $29 each. The Some of the smaller ones are a little less expensive, but for simplicity's sake, I just use that price. So somebody orders this, they're ordering four, so it's like $118 instead of $29.54. About 3,100 of these sold. Look at that revenue, 370,000 for this dumb little family shirt. And I say dumb in a respectful way, like dumb as in simple, not dumb as in this is dumb and you're dumb if you wear it. The base cost on those, I just put it at $11. So you're looking at 137,000. Look at that. Like $232,000 in profit, right? Like, yeah, somebody's saying, yeah, I've heavied up on shirts for this year because I hate mug breakage. So if you'll notice, those are my three products. So we got message cards, ornaments, and shirts. I didn't mention mugs. And I didn't mention mugs because I don't like it when they break either. It's really annoying, and it's nobody's fault. Well, it's probably the shipping company's fault, but they're very fragile, and it is not easy to scale to large numbers with mugs. Now they do work. I have mugs. My super popular top three hot products aren't mugs. It's message cards, number one, or personalized ornaments, number two. You could even do ornaments that aren't personalized, they just don't do as well. And then these shirts. So Christmas shirts, you can do ones that aren't personalized, and then you can go to like level 5, which is like group Christmas shirts that are personalized. So all of these can be done, and they make a lot of money. And you'll see that the more work you have to put into the fulfillment, the more you make, right? So it's a trade-off between, do I want completely hands off and I won't quite make as much, or do I want to put a little effort into it and I'll make a little bit more? So it is absolutely a trade-off. Somebody was just commenting on that too. You spend all day doing all these custom designs. You can, or you can outsource that. Or if you have like daughters or sons, you can be like, hey kid, come here. Let me show you how to do this. Now, every design you do, I'll pay you $2. And if you do 10 a day, that's $20 or $3. I don't know, whatever you want to do. You can hire somebody to do that. It could be a family member, or it could be somebody off Upwork or Fiverr or wherever you want to go. And you can really outsource that as well as customer service side, which is kind of my least favorite part. Anyway, are you pumped yet? Do you see what's possible? I just showed you a whole bunch of products that work very, very well. Now you could take those easily. You can put those up on your store, whether it's Shopify or Etsy or wherever you're hanging out. The best part is this, okay? All those sales, they're now email addresses on your list. That is the absolute best part. The upfront sale is nice, it's wonderful, but building up your email list is even better. Okay, so let's move on to the second part now, and that is how to sell them. So we need systems to get repeat buyers. We need three main things in order to sell these products. First, you need a store. So for me, I'm thinking like, Etsy's an option. I do Etsy. I like Etsy. Shopify is a really good option because we can build a brand. They're really good for this. There's tons of apps, tons of suppliers. Most importantly, you own the store, so you can control everything. So when you're running paid traffic, you really probably don't want to run it to an Etsy listing because of all the traffic leaks on the page. Whereas if you're running paid traffic to Shopify, well, that's a little bit better because you can put all your tracking codes. It's only you on that domain. It's not like uh, 4.3 million other sellers. So running paid traffic, we kind of have to go with our own store that we own and control. So to avoid all those traffic leaks and to build up our email list and to do a lot of really good stuff, we need a store. Second thing you need is a supplier. So the three products are there. There's my suppliers, Shine On, Gear Bubble. For ornaments, Printify. For Christmas shirts, Awkward Styles. Okay, and within Printify is Awkward Styles. So Printify is like kind of like Gear Bubble. Well, actually, Gear Bubble is kind of like Printify, I should say, in that most of the products, well, all the products on Printify are from other companies. So Printify is just like the middleman that will take your order and it will like route it to whichever print on demand supplier you choose. And they have a lot of print on demand suppliers to choose from. Gearbubble took kind of the same approach. So when you buy like a shirt on Gearbubble, um, or when you list a shirt on Gearbubble, it's not Gearbubble making it; it's another supplier, and they never tell you who it is. Printify tells you who it is. If you list a message card right now on Gearbubble, they're actually making those. If you back in the day when I did a ton of necklaces on Gearbubble. It was actually a supplier who was apparently Don's friend in Mulvane, Kansas, who actually made them. And yeah, so Shine On is all internal too for their message cards. They do it all in their warehouse. So Awkward Styles is another one. Like when you're dealing with the reason I say go with Awkward Styles direct for like Christmas shirts is the middleman costs money. So if you can eliminate the middleman and go direct, it's a little bit better. So there's the suppliers. Third thing you need is basically a system to get new and repeat buyers, and that is where you have traffic sources free and paid. Like I said, I like to go a lot with paid for the Christmas rush. So what I'm saying is instead of sending them to your product listing page with the buy button, you send them to another page first and you get their email. And then you can redirect them after you get the email to the product page, or you can say, we'll email you this. Uh, the key is we want to market to the email list. And if we get all of your focus on this part, you'll never have to worry about traffic again because getting that initial bump and building up the list is the hardest part, just like getting the initial sales and building up your revenue is the hardest part. But once you have it, man, you got an asset now that you can use year round. And I'm going to get into more of that later. But basically, the whole gist is we want to be marketing to our email list for our store. Yeah, like, wait a second, did I just say market to an email list? Yeah, all cold traffic is meant to build an email list. It's not necessarily to get that initial sale. And if you think about it, if somebody just sees an ad and it used to be back in the day, they'd see an ad like on Facebook, they click it, they go buy it, right? So it's interruption marketing. They liked it so much that they had that impulse buy. Well, those impulse buys are getting fewer and far between now. So now we need to actually build a little bit of a relationship, get to know them, and it's like you too. Who do you do business with? Somebody you just met, or somebody you've known for like I don't know, you've talked to them like 3 or 4 times, 5 or 6 times, 9 or 10 times. Odds are if it's between a new person or somebody you've dealt with like 9 or 10 times, you're going to go with the person you've already dealt with because we go with what's familiar. And it's the same with email marketing. So ad costs are way, way, way up, and they're only going to go higher as we get closer and closer to Christmas. So we need to adjust, adapt, and move forward. We can't just do cold traffic to a sale anymore. The ROI is so slim on that right now. It's not even funny. And I know you guys are still seeing screenshots from people, and they never do show you the ad costs. And if they do show you the ad costs, they lie to you. They outright lie. So Be careful, be very careful. All efforts are going to go to building a list now, and that list is going to be used to sell products. Now, you're going to get instant buyers still. People will still buy immediately, but you're also going to get repeat buyers. And that means more money in your pocket, and you're going to get new buyers from your email. So I hope that sounds good so far. It really is. It's a little different, absolutely. But does that sound good? Sounds like an awesome plan to me so far, because this is what I've shifted to entirely. So I wish I had a time machine and I had started building my email list from day one on all my shops and stores. An email list is the most profitable asset you can have by far. There's nothing that tops it. So if you want an influx of cash, say the Christmas rush is over, or no, let's say you start now, you build up your email list, Black Friday, Cyber Monday rolls around. What can you do? Over those couple days, you can make a ton of money just by emailing your Black Friday, Cyber Monday sale to your list. I guarantee you will make money. It's just, that's it. And then Christmas rolls around or Thanksgiving rolls around. You fire up some Thanksgiving products, you sell them. Christmas rolls around. Well, you're going to run a couple sales and you can run those sales with your email list. And it works very well for an influx of cash that I think a lot of people haven't experienced yet. But when you do, you're just hooked and you're like, this is my new religion. I love email. I'm going to do email all the time. That's why I'll be teaching you how to build it and market to it as the main focus. So let's recap the three things. You need the three main pieces of the puzzle. You need a store, suppliers, and you really, really need an email list with free and paid traffic methods. And plus, I mean, your customers, they go on the list too. So you're not just going to sell them once and forget about them, which I think a lot of people have in the past. You're actually going to make them more offers. And those people, if they like the product they got from you, they will buy more. And they'll do something crazy too. They'll actually refer people to you. So it is just awesome. Are you getting excited? But you have a few questions on where to begin. What if there was someone who could teach you all this? What if that got you to $100 profit per day? So, holy cow, yes, this is what I'm offering you. Holy cow is right. But let's finish this off. Kind of time for the third part, which is how to ensure success. So, to hit $100 profit per day goal, the reality check is it's not a simple thing we're talking about. I know a lot of people, some actually, I recognize some names on this call right now that are doing more than that, but I know they're not doing it with email. I know what you guys are doing. I've seen it. So when you add this email aspect into it, it's going to kick butt for you. So there are a lot of moving parts and it can be complicated to figure out. You need a couple things before you even start. So you need basically a store, suppliers, ideas, accountability, guidance, motivation, and a group of like-minded people and a never give up attitude. So how do you do this? Well, you've got two basic options: the easy way and the hard way. Everybody loves to take the hard way, me included sometimes. I still haven't learned my lesson, although I'm getting better. Now, if I have a problem in my business and I need some help, I would straight up pay for it versus spending like a week trying to figure it out on my own, because time is money. So I can buy time by paying somebody to show me how to do something or paying somebody to fix something for me rather than me doing it myself. So I love the easy way now, although I grew up the hard way. Now, the hard way is to go for it on your own. And that means, like, go to YouTube, search, type that in, how to make $100 profit per day online. So you're going to get the following: different opinions, different styles, outdated methods, shifty people, just so many shifty people, tons of ways. And then you go and try each one on your own. And you've got something. It's not the solution, but it is something called information overload. And you have so many options that you don't know where to start, which typically leads to overthinking and overanalyzing. And we've all been there. So you do nothing and you go back to square one. And that route absolutely stinks. I don't like it and I don't suggest it for anyone. Instead, take the easy route. Learn from someone who is an experienced expert. That would be me. I can help you get there. Timing is everything, and the timing could not be better right now. Like I said, people make like 70-80% of their revenue in the next coming months. You have to take advantage of this. You have to be in the game. So let's go back to 2005 for a second so I can show you what I did. I did the easy way. Even way back then, I was working TD Ameritrade, took night shifts so I could search the internet, found a mentor. He taught me all about my first business, which was generating secured loan leads online, selling them to banks and loan companies in the UK. And without him, I'd probably still be at a 9-to-5 job and probably hating my life. If you want to lose weight, you find someone to teach you how. Don't go and try and do it on your own. Don't, my God, please don't go online and type in like how to lose weight. You're going to get 5 million different opinions and techniques and methods and everything. Just find somebody who's done it. Find somebody you like and just get them to teach you. You want to learn scuba dive? Find someone to teach you. I've said this story before, but first time I went down, the guy said breathe, and I was like, "What are you talking about? Breathe? Of course, I'm going to breathe." He goes, "No, your whole life you went down underwater and you would not breathe because if you breathe, you suck in water into your lungs and you drown. So you're going to go down there and you're going to hold your breath the first time." And I was like, "Yeah, I think I would have." So I went down and he's like motioning to me to breathe because there's no bubbles, and I breathed, and I was like, I came back up, and I'm like, "You're 100% right. If you didn't tell me to breathe, I would have held my breath the first time because that's our basic instinct is to survive by not sucking in a bunch of water. And without that little thing, I'll never forget that. Um, I probably wouldn't have enjoyed it as much or know how to do it. Want to learn to fly a plane? You have to find someone to teach you how. There's no option there. This is no different. You find someone to teach you how, which brings me to my offer to you. So at the beginning, I mentioned my $100 profit per day bootcamp. That's what my offer is, a way to skip a lot of the roadblocks to get profitable. But first, let me ask you a question. Are you enjoying it so far? And we're almost done here. We're going to wrap up pretty soon. I hope you're nodding your head yes. Do you think it's time to follow my motto of adapt, adjust, and move forward? Hope so. With new ways and a new focus for all your marketing efforts, i.e., email. Now, we've covered so far what to sell, how to sell it, and how to ensure success. So my question is, do you want my help? That's why you're here now. If you don't, feel free to hop off. If you do, stick around for just a couple more minutes. Introducing the $100 Profit Per Day Bootcamp. The info and methods that I've shown today only scratch the surface, not even a dent. So the $100 Profit Per Day Bootcamp, it's Christmas based. It's all about teaching you how to build a store, showing you the exact products to sell, teaching you how to build an email list with free and paid traffic methods, teaching you how to market to that list automatically and with sales broadcasts. And the whole goal of this whole boot camp is to get you to $100 per day quickly. Now, what is it? It's live training and support. How much is it? I'll get to that in a second. Sound pretty sweet? Absolutely it is. This is new. No one focuses on email marketing. They just don't focus on that side ever. So what you get is 4 live training webinars, week 1, 2, 3, 4. They're over the shoulder, and you learn, then you do. The actual subject of each week might change, but the basic thing is I'm going to show you how to set it up, and I'm going to show you how to use it, and then with the whole goal of getting you to $100 profit per day. So you learn, then you do. It's full training, step by step, in detail, over my shoulder. You watch me in all the dashboards, you'll see it. I've launched so many stores and so many products. Like it's like I could do it in my sleep at this point, but you will learn how. That's just the training. I got a bonus for you too. Bonus number 1 is basically ongoing support. So you don't have to go at this alone. There's no need to fly solo anymore. And if you've ever tried talking to someone about online stuff, like make money online or my own store, or God, go try and talk to somebody about email marketing. They'll be like, that's wait, what? Like they just don't get it. That's what my wife does every time I start talking about my business. Like she loves me, loves what I do, but she just doesn't know it, right? So what's the solution? It's a group of people who speak your language. They know what you're going through. They know, they understand it all. So that's what bonus number 1 is. It's a dedicated Facebook group for support and coaching along the way. And what you get, it's members only. It's on Facebook. I hate using Facebook, but I have to. It's available 24/7. You get support. You network with others, people who are in your shoes and people who will help you out. And it's led by me. So it is definitely as valuable as the training itself. So you get training and support. Now, does that sound pretty cool? That's what you're going to get. The 4 live training webinars, 3,997. The dedicated support group, 3,997. Total value, 7,994. So it's a ton of value, and this is on something new and exciting. And bonus is another, like, not real bonus, but bonus is it'll work year round. So once you build up this email list from this Christmas buying frenzy, guess what you can do? You can use it for Valentine's Day. You can use it for Mother's Day, Father's Day, birthdays, anniversaries, every event all year round. July 4th. I don't know, I'm probably missing a whole bunch of other ones, but you can use your email list for every holiday and for every niche. So I'm gonna talk to you about that in length inside the training. So email is king. which is why it's the focus of all the marketing efforts. And you're going to get it all: training and support. I should charge like 10 grand for this, but I'm not going to. I'm not charging that much. So I had the choice to make sell this bootcamp for cheap so everyone could get it, or charge more, limit it to fewer people, allowing me to give those people much more attention. I went with option two. This is not for everyone. In fact, I am limiting this to, that should say 50 people. It's not 20. So this is a good deal at $7,994. I priced it at $997. Now, wait a second. Since you showed up on the webinar, though, you can take 50% off. So it's actually $498.50. You can go there to join ppc-coach.com/go. I've been told if you go with uppercase, it doesn't work. So go lowercase, which is weird. I never actually knew that directories had to be lowercase. So go all lowercase, ppc-coach.com/go. And are you in? I hope so. Link is at the bottom of the screen right now. What is my guarantee? Simple. I stand by this. If you do nothing, you'll get nothing. Nothing in your life will change. If your first question is, hey, Will, what's the refund policy? We're not a good fit. Don't buy it, please. Your mindset's not right. If you take action, follow this, you will succeed. Okay, what I'm saying is, if you want to speed up the learning curve, then do it. So if all this did was teach you how to do all this properly, would it be worth it? If all it did was get you to $100 profit per day, would it be worth it? And if all it did was give you support via the private Facebook group, would that be worth it? And if all it did was save you thousands of dollars trying to figure it out on your own, would that be worth it? I 100% think so. So if you want to hit a $100 profit per day, you got two basic options. Option one is do it alone. Go to YouTube, go to Facebook groups, search for that, find tons of conflicting info, get confused, get overloaded, overthink it, second guess yourself, waste time, waste energy, and just outright struggle. Or option two, let me help you. Watch me set things up, watch me create products, watch me build a list, learn free traffic, learn paid traffic, learn how to market to an email list. Save time, make money, be happy. So which option do you prefer? I mean, it is a complete no-brainer, but is $498.50 a lot of money? 50% off? Not really for what you're getting. I showed you 6 products already, and every single one of them did multiple times more than what I'm charging for this bootcamp. All you really need is one product to take off in the next 2 months, and that will build up your email list, which will bring you more and more and more sales, not only now but throughout the year. So really, in comparison to what you can make, it's peanuts. So, but what are you really buying? Well, you're buying training and support to get you to $100 per day. Times have changed, and this is why I love doing these live things, because the old ways just aren't as effective anymore. And that's a fact. It sucks. And I know a lot of course creators and coaches and gurus out there, they love to not update things, but I do. So you need to shift your focus to methods that produce short and add in the long-term results. Everybody's so focused on the instant impulse buy, they forget about the long-term results. Not anymore. You can do this alone. Absolutely. You can skip this. I've done it alone. It sucked, but you can certainly do that. I wish someone would have shown me how to all about this email stuff a long, long time ago. When you buy time and help, you get there faster. You also increase the odds of making it work for you. So who am I to teach you? Well, I'm just an experienced expert with a lot of success so far. So if you have any questions, ppccoach@gmail.com. Now, what is the difference between now and later? Well, now you might be struggling. Later, you won't be anymore. Now, you might not have an email list. Later, you will have one. Now, you might not know what the heck to do with an email list. Later, you'll know exactly what to do with that list. Okay? This is a limited time offer. It won't be available forever. And I'm only taking 50 people for this. So there is a date cutoff and there is a 50-person cap on this. Don't wait on this. You might miss the bus. Now, some common questions that I get all the time, and then I'll go through. I saw a couple come in, and I love questions in the chat. I was in a group the other day, and somebody asked a question, and there was a guy who was like rude to the person asking it, and I was like, man, the only stupid question is the one not asked, in my opinion. So everybody's at different stages. Everybody's at different levels. If you have a question, please ask it. You're not going to be belittled. You're not going to be told oh, you bought this and you still ask this question. Like, how rude can you be? Not here, not with me. And that goes for my group too. It's totally, if we get any negative people in there, they're just going to get the boot because I have zero tolerance for negativity in my groups. That's not going to happen. So let's go through these and then I'll go to the ones in the chat box. So how is it delivered? The instructions are in the group. Support is on the dedicated Facebook group. There's 4 live trainings basically on GoToWebinar. When you purchase, you're automatically registered for those, and you'll get an email from GoToWebinar, from me through GoToWebinar. The replays are posted in the group. Support is available 24/7. So you have a question on anything, go to the group, type it out. I'll answer it. If I don't answer right away, it could be that I'm just like not at my computer or I'm doing something else, but I will get to it as soon as I can. If I ever miss a question, please just give me a gentle reminder. Now, if I miss if you post something and then 10 minutes later you're like, well, where's my answer? Don't do that. Give me a little bit of time. I'm human, okay? But I will get to it. Now, what if I can't make a session? No problem. Replays will be posted right in the group. They're available to, well, I should say to view anytime, not to via anytime. I don't know how you via something, but when can you start? You can start right now. So you get instant access to the group. The training isn't in there yet because it's live, but the first live training is Tuesday, October 4th, sorry, at 11 o'clock a.m. Eastern. Now, do I need a store? Yes, and I will teach you how to build one properly. At this point in my life, at this point in my career, building a store is basically like making a sandwich for me. It's that easy. So that's just one part of the system, though. Okay, there's multiple facets that we have to handle. Building a store is real simple. Do I have to do customer service? Yes, you do. When you own the store, you do this. I know it's not fun. I'm not a fan of it, but it is necessary. And this is a trade-off. And this is just adapting, adjusting, and moving forward. It used to be we could launch these on platforms and not have to do any customer service. But now that one of the main platforms is taken away, there's still another one. But I'm a little worried about that platform going down too, or being removed. So now I'm kind of like, you know what, I got to build up my own assets that I own so that I never have to go through having like a couple hundred listings on a platform and all of a sudden they're like, oh, by the way, we're taking down the platform. Like, gee, thanks guys. No, not going to happen again. Outsourcing this customer service side is possible too. Now, where do I find the products? So this is a big part of it. This is actually probably even more important than just opening the store because this is what gets money in your pocket. This is what gets you those email addresses. This is what gets you future sales. I'll walk you through this 100%. Research creation, uploading, selling them. It's going to all be covered. I already showed you like a big teaser on like the 3 main product lines that we're going to focus on. So I'll show you how to do them. Do I have to use ads for this? I will be, but I can show you free and paid methods. You pick one or both. It's up to you. Like I said, right now, ads are really good. So what ads am I going to be using? Um, I'm going to be using TikTok ads for this, possibly Pinterest ads. And there's one third company that I might introduce, but I haven't quite mastered it yet. And it's something that I've never seen anybody else using, but I'm always tinkering. I'm always experimenting in the background. I just have to make sure it's working before I teach it. Otherwise I can't teach it. So TikTok for sure, but not TikTok in the usual way. TikTok with a little spin on it. So will this work year round? Yes, it 100% will. The point is, let's build up a huge email list right now with buyers and with prospective buyers, and let's sell the crap out of like products for like Christmas. And then the next big event that rolls around after Christmas is, well, there's New Year's, but then there's also Valentine's Day. And you can make a ton of money with that Christmas email list. I don't even want to call it a Christmas email list, just an email list. You make a ton of money of that for Valentine's Day and for Mother's Day and Father's Day and all those events, St. Patrick's Day, because guess what you can do? You can do St. Patrick's Day shirts and mugs if you want, but I would more focus on shirts for St. Patrick's Day on your store now. Try selling a message card for St. Patrick's Day. Not going to work. Not in a million years. Even like Mardi Gras, I don't know. That's more of a US thing, but there's so many different holidays and events that you can use that email list for. And so I know somebody's going to ask, if I sell a to my wife message card to somebody and it's a man and they're on my list, um, I can only show him things that are for a husband, right? No, you can show him everything because he probably has a daughter, he probably has a wife, he might have a son, he's got a mom, he's got a dad, he's probably got a sister, he's probably got brothers. If he gets an email of a cool product that isn't really for him, but he's like, man, my sister would love that. Boom, he forwards it to his sister. Sister comes to your store, buys it. Now she's on your list too. That's how this stuff works. It's like friggin' magic. All right. How long is this offer open? Monday, October 3rd at 11:59 and 59 seconds p.m. Eastern, basically midnight. Doors closed. Or when we hit 50 members in the boot camp, whichever comes first. Don't wait on this unique offer. The last boot camp I ran had 43 members. We were 7 shy, but we were close. So will you show me what to sell? Yes. You'll see the store and all the products. You can pick any or all products you want to sell. I might even just say, hey, here's the templates too if you want them, but I haven't decided that yet. So what if I have more questions? Email me, ppccoach@gmail. Skype, don't really use that because I keep forgetting to turn it on. Facebook group, you can go there. That'll take you to my free group, and you can get, I'll answer any questions you have there. Did you join yet? Is my question to you. If so, awesome. I'll see you in the group in a minute. Still on the fence? Here's a couple testimonials, and then I'll take some questions, and then we'll close this off. Okay. So Mandy, I've known Will for a few years, have a couple of his courses. You'll always learn something from him, whether you're at the beginning, intermediate, or advanced stage of your business. He teaches what is working for him now, and he teaches in a simple and easy to understand way. I was able to implement one of his courses, and in the first lesson, made my investment back. I love that one. Oliver, sorry, these are so pixely. I don't usually make public posts on Facebook, but I feel I need to tonight. Will, you could be spending your time making money for yourself instead of creating such a great and insightful content. I truly believe you genuinely care and want to help people. You got me started with Print on Demand back in February, and I'm already seeing great success. I've hit several bumps along the way, but just believe in yourself and you can do this and you will. Take care. Chris, I've been following Will for nearly 3 years now. To this day, I still think he's the best in the business when it comes to coaching, print on demand, and Facebook ads. I don't use Facebook ads anymore, but when I did, I was good at it. I purchased a couple of his courses in the past, and they've been great. Everything he teaches has been battle tested and proven, so you can trust the strategies that he shares. Definitely follow this guy; you won't regret it. So I love that. If you want more, fine, go here. There's like 150 or so on there. I haven't really gathered any recently, so maybe I should update that. But what happens after you order? So you get immediate access to the group, and then the first live training is Tuesday, October 4th at, sorry, that's 11 a.m. Man, typo city, 11 a.m. Eastern, not 10 a.m. Eastern. But you'll be registered on the GoToWebinar anyway. So thank you for watching. I can't wait to help you succeed. This is a limited time offer. So either the time expires or 50 people sign up and it expires. So if 50 people sign up today, the offer is closed. All right. Lost my mouse. There we go. You're buying something unique, training support, and a new focus on marketing that a lot of people really haven't done before. If you skip this, I'll call you crazy. I'll call you nuts, but we can still part as friends. No worries. So do not wait on this. This is what you've been searching for. Let's get you profitable. Let's get you to $100 profit per day. Thank you for coming on. I appreciate your time. Go join now if you haven't already. This is a unique opportunity. This is going to be awesome, and I can't wait to get started and have you profiting. Okay, so now let's go through some questions, and then I will close this off because we're getting to lunchtime and I'm getting hungry. Oh, I'm pumped. I love that. Okay, let's go. Oh man, you guys are awesome. We got a lot in here. Sweet. Oh yeah, oh, okay, so the shipping on the ornament, yeah, we got that. I saw the listing yesterday, making my evergreen shirts now. Right on. Yeah, baiting. Yeah, so there's one. Thank you for the ethical comment of the bait and switch. Low pricing and high shipping. Yeah, it's somebody's teaching that to a bunch of people, and they're all doing it, and I think they're going to get stung. And I think Etsy's gonna clamp down on that because think of it as a buyer. You know, oh, this is like a $7 shirt, and then it's like $23 shipping. What the hell? That's not going to last. So we're not going to do that. How long was that listing up? I guess what I'm trying to ask is it 80K over 4 months or 4 years? Yeah, I got to look up how long that is. I'm not sure. I've heavied up on t-shirts this year because I hate mug breakage. I don't blame you. Would you have a store that sells only message cards? I have mine grouped in with other digital designs currently. I'm going to cover this, but you're building a brand. Under that brand, you can sell whatever the hell you want. So I don't like doing dedicated stores anymore. I had learned my lesson because if I have a message card store only, and then a mug store only, and then a shirt store only, I've got 3 stores. I just did like 3 times the expenses, 3 times the cost, 3 times everything, and I can't handle that. My brain can't. I can handle one store, and in that one store, I can put message cards, and I can put ornaments, and I can put mugs, and I can put shirts, and I can put hoodies, and I can put sweatshirts, and I can put canvas prints, and I can put whatever product I want in that store. Now, if I'm focused just on that store, all my marketing efforts are easier, and my brand recognition is easier, and it's just easier. So that I think the days of like, I know there's a course out there like one product profits or whatever it is. I think I actually bought it. It's from a big Shopify guy. That's on the drop shipping side. That's not on the print on demand side. I wouldn't recommend it for print on demand. So basically, what he teaches is you find a product for drop shipping from China. Well, I hate that, and you create a store around that one product. And it's like that's fine. It works for that, but I don't like it for print on demand at all. I don't know. Maybe if you have a product that just does like 100,000 units sold, maybe you could test that with its own store. But I don't see the benefit. So yeah, I always say nah, just one store, one brand, put everything in there, and you're good to go. Now you could do Shopify and Etsy, and you could name them the same. Hint, hint. All right. Shopify can be spied on, and all stats can be seen, though. Everything can be spied on, and stats can be seen. Shopify, Etsy, there are tools that people use to spy on them. It's just part of the business. There's nothing we can do about it. Amazon is the worst because not only do they spy on you, but then they take your product, they carbon copy it, and they undercut you, which is horrible. And there's so many pirates on Amazon that do that, and then you got to battle with them to get them to take it down because Amazon does not have your back. So I mean, it is part of the business. The way I always counter that, I used to get really upset, and I used to try and find that person, hunt them down, and then find the company they use and hunt them down, and then tell that company, get rid of that product. That's my product. And then I realized, man, I just wasted a day. Now I'm like, you know what? Be unique, be first to market. You'll kick ass, and let people follow. Let them pick up your scraps, but you get the lion's share of that pie instead. So it's a shift in mindset. And yes, people will spy on you and they will copy you. It's going to happen. I have an email list over 1,000, but I never sent an email to try and get repeat buyers. What? Do you have an email template you suggest and try to clean the list and also encourage buyers? Yeah, I'm going to be teaching all that. That's what I'm going to be teaching. Oh man, you have 1,000 people on your list and you haven't emailed them. This is a virtual slap on the wrist to you. We're going to fix that. All right, Etsy will give you email addresses of your customers. Yes, they will. They will. I don't know why people don't know this, but they will. And there is a program that you can use that connects directly to it, and it will automatically put buyers on there. But we're going to use Shopify because I can't send paid traffic to Etsy. I just can't do it. I can't place tracking codes, and I hate the traffic leaks on Etsy. Like when you go to an Etsy listing page, the whole top part is a traffic leak, the middle's yours, the bottom's a traffic leak. So if you're paying to send traffic from anywhere, say TikTok to Etsy, you're promoting your stuff, but you're also promoting every other seller on Etsy that is on that landing page, and that drives me nuts. If Etsy came up with a system where they said, okay, like even charge me $50 a month and say you get your own private store with the Etsy name. So if it were like Etsy.com/my product, and it was only my product on that page and only my other products from my store on that page, I would pay money monthly to Etsy to be able to do that. And if they went step 2 and said, not only that, but you can place any tracking code you want on this page and the sales page, like thank you page, I think Etsy would increase the revenue, like double it. I seriously do. And they already make a buttload of money. So anyway, if I ran Etsy, that's what I would do. Held my breath the first time school. Yeah, yeah, I'm pumped. Awesome. Thank you for the short, concise presentation. What a relief. Oh, wow, that's about an hour. Do you have to have Shopify or can you use another platform? I have Groove and Dash Next stores. For an email list, that's the beauty of it. So I'm just using the store as a place to send my email stuff. But I mean, technically, you could use Etsy, you could use Shopify, you could use WooCommerce, you could use LaunchCart, you could use, you have Groove and Dash Next stores. You could definitely use those too. the key part of this is building that email list and learning how to market to the email list. That's what we want. If your program, Groove and Dash Next, has the ability to add buyers to an email list, you're good to go. Okay. So don't get hung up on like, well, this is only Shopify. No, it's not. It can be used for everything. I don't see those ornaments in Printify. Oh, it could be the other one. Sorry, could be Printful. I might have put a spell mistake on there. How long is support available for? I mean, can we get help 6 months in? Yes, you can. Now, I can't offer lifetime support, and I can't say it's going to be up for a lifetime, because if something happens to me in the next 5 years and I offered lifetime and then you're like, I'm suing Will's estate. Well, I don't want that to happen to my family. So from a legal point of view, I can't use the word lifetime, but it'll pretty much be up forever. I don't want to use Shopify. Don't have to. Store options that I have that are not Shopify. Yeah, like I said, don't get hung up on Shopify. That's just where I'm going to use to have it go. But you don't have to. You could do this on Etsy. Platform, I'm going to use Shopify for this. The platform's got tired of doing customer service. Me too. I hear you. It's just once Shine On took down their platform, I was like, I kind of get this little knot in my stomach where I'm like, Gearbubble's going to do the same. And I don't know that at all, but just looking at the focus of Gearbubble right now and how they're pushing Amazon FBA like hardcore at this point, and that's just, it's not print on demand. It's Amazon FBA. So it's a whole different business model, totally different way to do business, where you got to buy everything up front. You got to get it shipped there. You got to do those labels. You got to have a brand registry. You got to have the buy box, all that stuff on Amazon FBA. It's not print on demand. And seeing, you know, this Anchor Listing Academy that's out there is great, but it's not the same as we've always done. It's like a completely different business model from what I think personally from what Gearbubble sellers are used to doing. So yeah, anyway, I'm just afraid that Gearbubble is going to take down their platform too. Is there going to be extra cost for the autoresponder, Canva Pro, and other software? Yeah, so I'm going to use MailChimp. It starts out free, then it goes up to like 16 bucks a month, and then higher than that, depending on how many people are on your list. So it'll build up over time. I use Canva Pro. I think I used Canva free for a while and I hated it because all the cool looking little elements that I wanted weren't there. So with, you know, what else am I going to have to pay for? That's a valid question, but we do need to put some money into some things in order to make more money than we're spending. So the goal is not to just light money on fire every month with like Canva Pro or an autoresponder. It's actually use those as tools in our business so that we make way more than we're spending on those. I mean, if we're not making way more than we're spending, then we're obviously that's going to bother us and we're going to quit. All right. Will the platform you use to build? Okay, so like I said, I'm going to use Shopify, but this could absolutely be done on Etsy too. It could be done on WooCommerce. It could be done on anything. The platform itself is not really the focus, and it doesn't really honestly matter that much. The only reason I'm saying Shopify is because I want to be able to connect my TikTok account to it. I want to be able to place my pixel codes, and I want to run traffic to it. If I can't run traffic, like on Etsy, I can't place a TikTok pixel on Etsy. And I would never want to run TikTok to Etsy because, like I said, I have all the traffic leaks. Can I build an email list of just Etsy customers? Yes, you can. Can you use Shopify Lite? I think so. Lite, I'd have to check that. What if I get my domain with Etsy? Would that help with building a list? Would you show how to build a list with Etsy? Yeah, I can show you how to do it with Etsy too. Everything we're doing can apply to Etsy. Now, the domain on Etsy, I would not do. And here's why. If you buy a brand new domain, say you buy one, princesstore.com, and you're like, I want to use that as my Etsy domain. Well, princesstore.com has zero clout. It has zero trust. It has zero brand recognition. Etsy.com has buttloads of it. It's got trust, credibility, brand recognition, everything. So if you were to just do a simple test where you sent 100 people to, I'm just using this as an example, princesstore.com, and another 100 to etsy.com, I guarantee you're going to get more sales on the etsy.com domain. because there's instant trust when people are going there because people know that. They got like 93 million buyers, and it's one of the highest traffic sites in the US. So I don't know why Etsy is even making that an option, because honestly, if they're that's where you're like, let's just go to Shopify. Let's build our own. Let's go to WooCommerce. Let's go to something else. Go to LaunchCart. Let's do anything else but that. So yeah, I wouldn't do it. Are you talking about selling message card jewelry or just message cards or both? Jewelry. So it's the one with the gift box and the necklace and the message card. Although I know that like cards do work really well on Etsy, like really, really well, like amazingly well. Uh, that's a whole, that's another story for another day though. All right, I have a 5-figure list in Make Money Online, totally different target, but of any use here? Ooh, you do. You know what? Send me an email. I might have something for you for that. And really, if you have an email list, um, there's really nothing stopping you from trying to sell them a physical product. And like if they're in the Make Money Online niche, they are dads, wives, moms, daughters, sons. They're on your list. So if you were to make like a message card and just send it out to that list and say, hey, I know this is a little kind of off topic, but I just made this. I want to see if you liked it. Put a picture, put a buy button, see if it works. I like this is where people get hung up because they think, I have a list in this niche. Well, no, you have a list of people, okay? And those people all have all like relationships and different relationships. And when we have gifts to offer them, even in a personalized ornament, you could do up a listing for that. You could email it your list of all like Make Money Online people and say, perfect Christmas gift for your family. Boom, buy here, done. Or Christmas shirt. Oh, I just made this cute Christmas shirt. Anybody like it? Here's an image. Buy now. Like, yeah, 100% you could do that. And you might get people that are like, unsubscribe. I don't like that. But that's the other part of email. You're going to get people unsubscribing no matter what you do. I recently sent out an email where I gave away a 55 video course on Shine On, and I had 4 people unsubscribe. And I'm like, what the hell do I have to do here? But I realized a long time ago that you can't control that. People are going to unsubscribe for the dumbest reasons. So all you do is you get more subscribers. There's going to be churn. There's going to be turnover. It's going to happen. So if you were to email your Make Money Online list and you lose a couple of subscribers, oh well, who cares? You can get more. All right, almost done here. Yeah, Canva free stinks. Do you see any problems with traffic leaks, etc.? Sending traffic to Gearbubble white label URL. No, Gearbubble good for that. Yeah, that I love the I love Gearbubble's landing page. I think it's one of the highest converting ones out there because there's not much on it. There's not really many choices, and I think the more options you give a buyer, the higher the chance they're going to bounce off that page because they can't decide. So the less options you give them, the higher the chance they're actually going to do what you want them to do, which is buy the friggin' thing. So it's the same, and that's why sometimes I'm hesitant with those group shorts too, like the group Christmas ones, because I'm like, okay, if they have to now make 4 orders and tell me 4 names and all this extra stuff, unless they're really into it, they're not going to do it. But if I just have like a generic like Christmas tree shirt where they don't have to do anything except hit, size, quantity, buy now, that's a little bit easier. So yeah, the less on the page, the better, always. Yeah, PPC Coach at Gmail, that's me. Oh, do you have any boot camps on selling posters? I could never get posters to work. I've tried in the past, and I don't know why. I just don't. I guess I don't understand the market well enough, so I do not. Yeah, let unsubscribers unsubscribe. They're just Karens anyway. Right on. Love it. Still can't find those ornaments. Oh, okay. Well, I know where they are. I'll find them. Yeah, we'll find them. I can't really say, but we'll find them. All right, I'm going to close off of that. You guys had great questions. I love it. Love the energy. I hope that we got a lot of people in there already. I haven't checked my email yet, but there's a couple days to mull it over. I'm going to send out a replay as well. So take your time, but don't take too much because I am capping it at 50, and Monday at midnight is when this thing closes down. So if you're in, you're in. I love it. Thank you. If you're not in, let me know why. Send me an email. So maybe I yammer on too much. Maybe you don't like the look of my face. Maybe, I don't know, whatever reason. Let me know because it helps me improve for the future. So I'm not going to hard sell anybody. I never do that. You guys know me, not my style, but I do like feedback. So that would be awesome. Alrighty, I'm going to close with that. You guys have a great day. I hope to see all of you inside very soon, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks everybody for coming on. We'll see you.